Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm our host Wally, and today we are driving all over the place trying to catch the total eclipse of 2024. Now, I missed so many eclipses in my life that I decided I am not going to miss this one no matter what. So I drove all over Texas. I woke up at 2 in the morning and started driving towards southeast Dallas and realized that it got pretty foggy during the day. Did I want to risk it? Did I want to wait around and see if the winds blew it away and the sun would come out? Nope. So I kept driving from small town to small town. I even ended up in Oklahoma on the southeast corner. And finally, in Arkansas, after following weather patterns, I was there. Look at that sky clearing up. I was able to put on my eclipse glasses and then realize that it's starting, so I had to quickly find somewhere to stop. And there it is, the first little hint of the eclipse starting to peek through. It was amazing. I loved it. I got really excited. It's always been a dream of mine to be able to see a total eclipse. So I stopped at some place in Arkansas and I had my glasses that I had from last time, and the sky was mostly clear. I was feeling confident. Here was that lonely road in Arkansas that guided me to this place. Thank you, restaurant, for letting me just hang out there in the parking lot and not get rude and uppity and everything. But the sky was a bit cloudy, and I was a bit nervous for those clouds that were coming in. It looked like they were for sure going to be sun blockers. I was determined to not have that happen, so I used my superpowers to stare them away. I guess being creepy enough sort of said, hey, let's get out of here. Anyways, it was time, finally, hopefully, for the eclipse to happen. Mostly clear skies. It seemed like it was taking forever to get there. You know, you just want to see totality, and waiting around was sort of getting on my nerves. I have no patience. I wanted it to start already. Now, I have seen an annular eclipse back in 2023, and that was different because the moon is at its farthest end from the earth, so it doesn't quite cover up the disk of the sun. But this time, it was going to go and completely cover the sun, just like my head. There, eclipse. That's what happens when there's an eclipse. My head is big enough to cover the whole disk, but not the corona, and that's what the moon was going to do this time. Cover up the disk, but not the corona, meaning it's total coverage, total eclipse. And there I am getting impatient, but still excited. I kept checking every now and then. It's about halfway filled. You can sort of start feeling like the colors were starting to get off. Of course, you're not supposed to stare at the sun, but I still did. Anyway, through my phone, it wasn't that bad. Hopefully my phone will survive. And it was just a lot of silent waiting for something to happen. Waiting and waiting. But then, there it goes. It happened so quick and so strangely and so mystifyingly that it was one of the most amazing things I had ever experienced in my life. I almost started crying at the amazingness of it, at the strangeness of it. I could not believe that I had finally seen it. I looked around thinking, like, is this real? Is this really happening? Just seeing it, experiencing it. Yes, I had my camera. I guess I was obsessed with recording it, but I still kept staring at it. I was deeply inspired of how awesome nature can be. And it looked like some weird bullet hole in the sky that somebody had made, and there was nothing behind it. It was just dark as anything I'd seen. A dark disc with a halo around it. It was amazing to see. If you have not seen one, I definitely recommend you do it. I was giddy. I was happy. I could not get enough of it. It only lasted for around a couple of minutes. It was still good enough for me. I had driven all the way from Austin, about 7.5 hours, trying to find clear skies. I was determined to do it. I could have stayed in Austin, but the weather said it was cloudy. I could have gone to San Antonio, but it said it was cloudy. I could have gone to Del Rio, but it said it was cloudy. I could have stayed in Dallas, but it said it was cloudy. I tried going to Texarkana, but it was cloudy. But up here in Arkansas, there was skies clear enough for me to be able to see the awesomeness of this event. And here's a video lapse of how dark it got once the eclipse took over. You'll see it all of a sudden just sort of get dark, and the street lights came on, and it was an amazing experience. The next one is supposed to be up in Spain and a tiny little corner of Iceland. I'm not sure I'd be able to make those. It's making me want to go chase them now. I think I've become an official eclipse chaser just so that I can experience it. And there it is, just a black spot in the sky. And some stars were visible. That was pretty cool. I could not get enough of it. Looking back on it, an annular eclipse is nothing compared to this event. But I was glad I experienced it, and it was soon going to be over. And as soon as it was over, I started getting all the messages from all my friends sending me pictures of the eclipse. There it is, finishing. And I thought it was funny that just about everybody who I thought wasn't going to see it ended up seeing the eclipse. It was great seeing everybody's videos and pictures. I was happy for them. I was happy for me for being willing to drive 7 hours to make sure to see it. I just couldn't take a chance of not seeing it. But I was glad for those people that stayed in Texas and all that cloud cover. I was happy that they were able to see it also. But watching the eclipse come back or end and watching the sun come back to life was also an amazing experience. Like, I am going to remember this the rest of my life. If you haven't seen one, definitely go chase the next one. And yes, it's not Texas, it's Arkansas, but who knows? Also, what do I do with my life now? Like, I've seen the eclipse. Like, do I just end it all? What is there to do? What is there to accomplish? I know there's still a lot of stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching. Go watch an eclipse. Bye bye.